Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. So I wanted to jump on real quick to just talk about, I know we talk a lot about client acquisition, which makes sense. This is a client acquisition lab for DODD agencies. So of course that makes sense. But I think a lot of people don't hear me correctly, or they hear part of what I'm trying to convey about expanding your clientele. Okay. So in my coaching program, I use a framework that helps people understand the steps they need to take in order to grow their clientele for DODD, right? So the framework I created is called STACK. And in that framework, I want to talk about what the S means because I think that makes so much sense for when people are trying to grow their clientele quickly in the DODD space. You need to understand that you need to start strategically. And when I say start strategically, oftentimes I am talking about start with non-medical transportation because I believe that non-medical transportation is a good way for new independent providers or agency providers to scale quickly. So I do speak a lot about starting with non-medical transportation, but starting strategically also means more than just starting in non-medical transportation. We're also talking about being strategic with how you set your non-medical transportation up. So a part of that is making sure you are taking the correct clients. Making sure you are getting the correct clients and not just any client just because they have a heartbeat and just because you can bill Medicaid for them. Okay? So you don't want to do that. What you need to do in order to start strategically is make sure you have some things that you are going by when you're looking for your clients. Okay? And I'm going to give you an example. When I first started my agency, I was thinking from the gate, I just need clients. Like once I get clients and I get revenue in, it's up from there because I had quit my job to grow my agency, right? So I'm like, I hit the ground running trying to get clients. And before I understood how to select clients, I would select anybody. So I remember my first client being a client named Peter, right? And so Peter, he went to, he actually worked. It wasn't a day program. He actually worked. He worked 11 to 7, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And he did work Monday through Friday. So when I got Peter, I'm like, okay, I got me a client. He works 5 days a week. I'm like, this gotta be some good money. So I accepted Peter. And I later found out that that wasn't strategic at all because I was excited about getting Peter and I was excited that he had 5 days a week. But the fact that he went 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., that was not a popular time. He went like 30 miles away from his job. And before I knew, what I know now, I thought like, oh, that's going to be some good money. He's going 30 miles there and 30 miles back. So I'm thinking if I bill per mile, this should be good. But honestly, per trip made more sense for me because you can stack clients that's going around the corner and you can bill per trip and you can stack them up multiple clients at a time and then bill per client. But I didn't know that. So I'm thinking I'm going to bill per mile. He's going 60 miles a day. This has to be great. Then, like I said, he was going 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. I also found out that the hour it was taking me to take Peter to work and get back, I could have had 3 clients during that time if I was using a per trip method, and I would be able to stack multiple people. Also, there's popular times where you can stack multiple people and there's popular locations to do so. So all this goes into being strategic. And I had to learn it the hard way that you don't want people who go far away. Per mile is not the way to be strategic when you are stacking clients. You want to do per trip. And even with doing per trip, you want to have a certain amount of miles you're willing to travel during that time, especially popular times. Because you can stack a lot of clients that's in the same area and that's going around the same time so that you can be very strategic. What makes non-medical transportation lucrative is the fact that you can be strategic with how many clients you can set up at one time. So it's not just about taking any clients just to have clients. You want clients that go 5 days a week. You want them to be in a popular area if you're picking them up during a popular time. So you want to be very strategic because you need to have the right clients. They need to be in a certain proximity, and you need to be doing this when you start so that as you grow, you are setting your business up to scale. Because if you set your business up to take any clients, it's going to be very difficult. Once you get to about 3 non-medical transportation clients, it's going to be difficult for you to grow anymore. And a good non-medical transportation schedule for one person, if you're an independent provider or if you're an agency and you're the only staff right now, you should be able to have 6 to 10 clients on one route. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you're starting strategically with how you do this. And that's what I wanted to tell you, because I didn't know either. I didn't know either when I had Peter. I was so excited. I had got a logo made on my shirt. I had slapped the logo on my Lincoln MKZ. I'm thinking I'm about to collect. And that was not the way to do it. And had I, even if I didn't sit down and think about that, add it up and start learning these things, I would have lost a lot of time and a lot of money. But because I realized quickly that it has to be a better system for this to add up, I was able to make 7 figures in my first year. And that's why starting strategic is so important. And if you want help with this, I would love to help you. Right now, I have enrollment for my client acquisition lab where I help you every step of the way with things like this so you could be strategic in how you get clients and how you grow, whether you're an independent provider or agency provider. Enrollment is open until Wednesday, and which is tomorrow, and I would love to help you. So you get 6 months of support where we're meeting weekly and going over these things together so that you can execute correctly and on demand. You can do it right there on the spot. We can work through any challenges you're having, and you can bring me your caseload of how many clients you have right now, and we can see what we can do so you can have more clients during this 6-month period. I would love to work with you. And if you're interested, the price for 6 months is $2,997 during this enrollment period. It's actually $5,000 otherwise. So you want to jump on this if you're interested. And yes, there's a payment plan. So if you're interested, just comment interested below, and I'll give you the information that you need. All right. Well, I hope this helps. Talk to you soon.